had a relatively short meeting. Also, we briefly discussed the economic situation in the eurozone. I will let Pierre say more about that. We had a follow-up discussion on issue of structural reforms, in particular on the tax wage on labour, which is sort of becoming a test case for us on how we can strengthen our cooperation in the field of structural reform, how we can push the agenda of reform jointly in the eurozone. Today we discussed and have decided to develop an instrument of benchmarking for the tax burden on labour to follow and stimulate developments in countries of the eurozone on this issue. It has to do with competitiveness and the functioning of labour market, and there is a lot of potential there for us to improve. We will benchmark both on EU average, but also closely follow how we do in relation to the OECD average. There is a statement which will be distributed to you on that issue of benchmarking structural reforms, and specifically on the tax wage on labour. So I'll refer, for time's sake, to that statement. Then on Greece, we took stock of the latest developments. We're informed by our Greek colleague, who is, of course, part of the caretaker government. He confirmed that preparatory work of the caretaker government does continue, and hopefully we will have a formal approval in early October. Finally, on the banking union, the Commission very sternly spoke to us on the implementation process of both the BRRD and the IGA. Luckily, all ministers could report progress on this, progress being made in different countries. Only last week in the Netherlands, Parliament agreed to the BRRD, and the IGA was also ratified in the Senate. So we're also doing our part. But this is also the case in other member states, and it's crucial, of course, because these elements need to be fully operational on the 1st of January.